Welcome to English Waves. If you're ready to take your English skills to the next level, then you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll dive into 50 must-know phrasal verbs that will help you sound more natural in everyday conversations. Stick with us until the end to master these essential expressions. Hi, William. It's such a pleasure to meet you here today after such a long week, and I was wondering how things have been going for you lately.
Hi, Emily. It's great to see you too. Well, I've been doing fine, but lately I've realized that I really need to slow down my hectic schedule because I've been feeling a bit burned out with all the work and responsibilities piling up.
That's a good idea. I've been trying to brush up on my English skills, especially phrasal verbs, because I noticed how often they're used in casual conversations, and I feel like I need to stay ahead to communicate better.
You're absolutely right, Emily. I've noticed that if you don't keep up with these phrasal verbs, it's very easy to feel left behind in social settings, especially when native speakers use them so naturally in their speech.
For example, just the other day, a colleague asked me to look after her desk while she went out for a quick break, and I was glad that I understood what she meant without needing any clarification.
That's great! Speaking of helping out, I had to take in a stray kitten last week because my friend found it wandering near her apartment, and she didn't know what to do with it, so now it's staying with me.
That's really kind of you, William. On the other hand, I had to put up with a noisy construction site near my house for the past 2 weeks, and it has been so challenging to focus on my work from home during the day.
I completely understand how annoying that can be. I've also had to deal with loud neighbors throwing parties late at night, and it's so hard to stay calm when you just want a peaceful evening to relax.
You know, I tried to calm down by listening to some soothing music, but the noise from the construction was so loud that it drowned out everything, leaving me more frustrated than before.
In such situations, you really need to get through those moments by reminding yourself that it's temporary and that things will eventually return to normal, even if it takes some time.
You're absolutely right about that. Speaking of coping strategies, I wanted to bring up a question that's been on my mind. How do you come up with creative ideas for your projects when you're feeling stuck?
That's an excellent question, Emily. When I'm struggling to think creatively, I usually jot down every random idea that comes to mind, no matter how silly it seems, and then I go over the list later to see if there's something I can actually use.
That sounds like a productive approach. Sometimes, when I'm working on a project, I feel like I completely run out of inspiration. So maybe I'll take up your method and try to apply it the next time I hit a creative block.
You definitely should, Emily. Another thing that helps me is to bounce ideas off a colleague or a friend because talking things through can often bring out perspectives I hadn't thought about before.
That makes a lot of sense. By the way, have you ever had to turn down an opportunity that seemed good on the surface but didn't align with your long-term goals?
Yes, I have. For instance, I once had to turn down a job offer that paid really well because I didn't want to give up the flexibility and creative freedom that my current role offers me.
That must have been a tough decision, but I think it's so important to hold on to the values and priorities that matter to you, even when the alternatives seem tempting.
Exactly. Speaking of personal goals, I've been trying to cut down on unhealthy habits like snacking late at night because I noticed it's starting to affect my energy levels during the day.
That's a great goal to work towards. I've also been trying to cut back on spending too much time on social media because I feel like it's distracting me from more meaningful activities like reading or exercising.
It's funny you mention that because I recently had to sort out my daily routine and schedule more screen-free time to focus on things that actually.
It's so refreshing to hear that. I've also been working to clear out some old clutter in my apartment to create more space and feel less overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I've accumulated over the years.
That's a fantastic idea. I always find it satisfying to give away items that I no longer use because it feels good to know they might end up helping someone else rather than just sitting unused in a corner.
Emily, you're absolutely right, William. Making small changes like these can really add up to a happier and more balanced life in the long run. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to English Waves for more great content. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below and let us know what phrasal verb you find most challenging. Keep practicing, and see you in the next video.